Welcome everyone. Today finds me at Disney's Epcot, where it's the start of Food and Wine. Food and Wine started yesterday, and I had to make a choice. Galaxy's Edge, Food and Wine. I've been to Food and Wine before, never been to Galaxy's Edge before. So that was the choice I made. And usually Food and Wine has a really nice display walking in, but now, since this fence is up and they're taking down the monoliths, we don't really have a good fancy entry advertising Food and Wine. I'm sure that the festival will be fun nevertheless. Well, the fountain's working today. These days it seems like the fountain is hit and miss. I was here the other day, no fountain, no water. And that seems to happen pretty regularly. But I know where I am going to go. Frog Cool. Just two samples today. It is refreshing. I always like that Fanta. The next one we're going to try is the watermelon flavored one. That's pretty good too. I think those are my two favorites. It's refreshing. Let's head back out. I want to visit World Showcase and see what foods I can sample. Well, will you look at that? Agent P's World Showcase Adventure is actually active today. It has been forever since I've seen someone manning that station. So my clip broke from my camera case, so I had to cut it off and tie this one on. So I am either going to have to get a new camera case or find a way that I can get a longer strap or a belt for this. So I guess my takeaway from that experience is if you ever have to tie one on, make sure you have a good belt first. So this is the first real official sign I've seen of Food and Wine. So let's drink it in. I had a really good filet mignon at Canada a couple years ago. Last few times I tried it, I know I was disappointed. Should I really take the risk again? The funniest thing is, it's a pretty big piece. I suppose I have the utensils I had, poke it with my fork, and it bites off, but very uncool. Mushrooms first, I'm sure that they will be just fine. Mushrooms are good. Now we try the meat. I won't make you watch this. Well, it took 2.5 years. Canada redeemed itself. This filet mignon I just saw a monorail. Delicious and well worth $8 that track. And I don't usually see monorails on that track. Usually when the monorail comes to the Epcot area, they're going in the big circle around Future World. That was interesting. So there are several places where you can pick up these maps, and what you do is you look for the little Remy characters throughout the park, and every time you see them, you put one of the stickers on your map. And when you're all done and your map is full, you get a special surprise. I'm not sure what it is, but you turn it in and you win a prize. It rained like crazy today, and now it is so humid. Usually this is the time of day where it does rain, but it is so humid right now. I still got to keep my hat on just because I don't want to get sunburned today. Well, France's options look interesting. They have fondue of imported cheeses and Chardonnay served with croutons, or escargot croissant with garlic and parsley. I already had beef, so I'm not going to have the beef, but either of those other two sound pretty good to me. Now they've got the Skyliner operating today. I assume it's just test runs and people are not on it. But look at them go. And I'm really looking forward to getting on those. Probably won't be this trip, but with any luck, we might catch a test run. I know I keep saying that, keeping my fingers crossed. Let's try that fondue. Here's the fondue before I use the bread to dip it. I just want to get a little taste of it. Very, very good. Now we'll try it the way it was meant to be by dipping the bread in. Quite good, but you really want to have water or something to drink with it. Now the bread is kind of dry, which makes sense because you're using it to actually taste the fondue cheese, but I feel like I need to have a beverage. This is an interesting Eiffel Tower with all the lights sparkling. I haven't seen any Remy's, I haven't really been looking, but you would think that there'd be one here in France, wouldn't you? Let's see what's inside the festival shop. Looks like a place they can get crowded very easily. We have Remy and Friend and cheese. It is $16.95. Look at these sparkly hats. They're like that rose gold color of the ears. $29.99. And there's a hoodie. I don't know what the price is on the hoodie. $44.99. $45. Very, very lightweight. It's almost like t-shirt material. You have the water bottles, the flasks for $39.99. That's a $40 flask there. T-shirts, tote bags, clutch purses. Some interesting glass. $14.99. Of course, if it were me, I'd want a set of 4. Let's see what's on the other side. Oh, it's the Epcot symbol. You can't read it real well because it's clear, but it has a little symbol on it. What are these, magnets? Oh yes, these are refrigerator magnets. But it's my understanding you don't have to put it on the refrigerator. Of course, you have to have a wine glass at Food and Wine. $14.99. Cutting boards. I actually remember these from last year, and I saw some people walking around with them earlier. It's a little tray that also has a glass for beverage. And $7.99. I'm not sure, but I thought that those were $6.99 last year. Oh, look at this. A rolling pin that puts Mickey heads in the dough. And how about this hat? It's made out of cork. $29.99. This looks really fun. They look like little tubes of paper, like paper drinking straws. And from them, you can make this. There's dogs. There's people. And there are cats. And apparently one cat knows how to play dead. And they're $10.95. It really looks like something that I would have fun with. I really enjoy walking through this Japanese garden. It's so peaceful. Right up until the drumming starts. You've been here when the drum's going, you know what I mean. It's cloudy and windy, and I'm just waiting for the dam to burst. And the hurricane's coming. That's going to hit land in a few days, and I know we're in for like a week of rain. Not the greatest time to be taking a vacation at Walt Disney World, but you know, you can control a lot of things. You can't control the weather, so I'm going to do as much as I can while I'm here on days like this. They might seem a little gloomy, but you know, it's always happy at Walt Disney World, right? What's missing here? I don't come back into Italy very often, but it looks empty for some reason. So in addition to that restaurant, they have Gusto and Tutto Italia. A lot of good Italian food. I'd try the door knocker, but I'm pretty sure nobody would answer. Maybe Rapunzel would let her hair down. Wouldn't it be something if one of these guys came to life? Isn't this a beautiful clock? You would need a very special place to display a clock like this. And even these little Steins are $25. This one is $26.99. And I never knew this, but Stein is short for Steinkrug. Stein means stone or earthenware, and Krug means mug. So it's an earthenware mug. Oh goodness, it makes me wonder what something like this would run. I'm almost afraid to tip it over. I can't read it, but I can see that it is, let's say $500? No, $89, $90. How do I think that was 500? Now I'm going to guess that you can put this on top of a bottle and turn a bottle into a Stein. Of course, it won't be an earthenware mug. It'll have the Stein-like lid on it. I don't know what those cost. $10, $9.95. And it always smells so good in this Werther store. It smells just like caramel corn. So delicious. Oh, and look who's here. It's Snow White. Of course, one of the best Snow White meet and greets I've ever had was at the Storybook Dining. And you can see that in another video. I'll link it up here or down there. It seems like I've seen 3 or 4 now that have some version of a beef tenderloin. Here at the Refreshment Outpost, they have Nigerian meat pie. That actually looks pretty darn tasty. And this No Worries Panna Cotta looks pretty good too. Raspberry, papaya, and mango. Yum. And that's right here at the Refreshment Outpost. I was going to say it's where the kids play the drums, but lately I've been seeing some pretty big people playing drums too. Before I leave, I believe there's a magnet waiting for me. If I can get through this ridiculous line. Look how crazy long this line is. I'm sure it'll move fast, so all we're doing is grabbing the magnet. And there it is, my 2019 Epcot Food and Wine Festival pass holder magnet. That's a really long descriptive term just for this magnet. So I hope you enjoyed our little visit, my first day at Epcot's Food and Wine. As always, I encourage you to like and share the videos. Leave your comments down below, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and ring that bell icon up above so you know when I post new videos. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I'm Mark from the Average Me channel.